wearing the green today on this special presentation of the NBA on St. Patrick's Day. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. The Hornets would love to finish off this road trip on a good note.
And they've had some problems against these guys this season. Just 1 and 2 against them. So it would be a big boost for their confidence to get the win and even the series tonight.
Well, the biggest thing, I believe, has to be dictating the tempo, something they've done a poor job of in the 2 losses.
And for Jokic, just keeps getting better, Brent, but always stays very grounded in terms of his personality.
Yeah, I think his brothers had a lot to do with that. You just don't see the big ego coming out of him. In fact, you see a guy who's enjoying the game. He smiles, he's laughing with teammates, he enjoys being with this group and around this coaching staff. And he went as far as to say that he plays every game as a game of pickup basketball in his hometown. I need to travel over there and get in that game.
And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's his first foul. About a minute played so far here in the first. And it's Baines in the corner. Pass to Harris. 6 to shoot. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Aaron Baines. That is his first foul of the game.
And trying to be the first one to get his hands on the miss. Instead, he's called for over the back.
Tough foul. He's trying to make something happen right there, and he gets a bit out of control, and the referee's right on spot.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And again, it's the Heat missing.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Pass to Howard. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. And Howard with the stuff.
And doing their best to maximize possessions. Just staying focused with this lead.
Well, it isn't much, but they've been able to capture some of the momentum of this game and increase their advantage.
And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And Wiggins throws it down.
In this first period, they've been aggressive and extremely focused.
I don't think you ever expect to carve out such a big lead early on in a game like this, but let's see if they can maintain momentum.
Whoa!
Wow.
Good look out.
It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
Pass to Jokic. And here's Pippen. Buries it from three-point range. Pippen's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And maybe that'll get them going. They need to find a rhythm.
Well, it took a while for them to earn their first 2 points, but in the NBA, things can happen quickly.
A nice shot by Howard.
Oh, great ball movement there.
On the wing, Harris. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. We've heard Coach Steve Kerr say the power forward position, as we knew it, is disappearing. You could say that maybe about the center position, too.
I don't want to say that about the center position. What I want to tell you, Kevin, in my humble opinion, is that the center position has changed.
It's evolved.
So, yeah, I don't want to say that it's just disappeared, because there are players out there that are playing in that position and doing a lot of the things that you would qualify as center-centric, screening, going down to the block, rim running to the post, being an option down low. But it's definitely changed.
But now we're seeing him go out and defend smaller guys in the perimeter, taking threes, and that's what's weird for your eyes to just kind of absorb what's going on.
Well, it's weird to absorb not only that and what those players individually are asked to do, but when you're at a game and you're sitting in the stands and all of a sudden you see 5 guys that are outside the three-point line. I mean, go back to the game in the 80s. It's the exact opposite. It was like, you know, a bunch of ants on top of a lost candy bar sitting in the lane, gnawing at one another.
Right.
It's just changed. So the center position, not disappeared, just changed.
It's stolen by Smith. And here we go. Wiggins heading to the hoop. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing. The passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
Now here's Winslow. Inside. And Jokic slams it in.
Jokic is a big center, tough to contain close to the basket. That's a nice throwdown.
Back to Leonard. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here. Howard in the post. And it's slammed in by Howard.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
It's so nice to have the early lead. This is where you want to stick with what's working until somebody shuts you down.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
You see Justice Winslow get into that low defensive stance. Signals kind of like he did at Duke, slap the floor and be ready for a defensive possession.
Wiggins. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense.
Now, here's Jokic. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. .41 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Knocks it loose. Pass to Winslow. And the Heat, another three.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
There's Chris to the paint. And it's Howard finishing it off.
That's the way to put your vertical to good use. Dwight Howard on the jam.
Winslow with it. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Cornette. Off target from the wing.
Looked a little bit forced. No reason for it either. The defense was not even in the frame.
And so it's Andrew Wiggins making highlights for Charlotte. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts. And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. You might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
That's a quick way to build the lead. But, Greg, can they sustain this kind of effort all night long? We'll see.
Back to Marjanovic. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Marjanovic has got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for Charlotte.
Well, this Heat organization has had such a great run of success under their owner, Mickey Arison, and what Pat Riley has done to pour the foundation of the culture around Miami. This is not a team that likes to throw away any chance to compete or any season for that matter.
High post, Stoudemire. Pass to Marjanovic. Over Jokic. And that one's good. Marjanovic.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And memories of the Big Three era of Bosh and Wade and LeBron James still fresh, Brent, in the memory of the Heat organization.
Well, more fresh in the memory of the fans of the Miami Heat. The organization trying to do their best to move forward and move on. Of course, that team 4 straight finals appearances, won 2 NBA championships. They want to get back to that level. They know they got to find some talent and some diamonds in the rough and trying to figure out a path to get there.
Leonard attacking, and it's sent back by Jokic.
Deceptive reach from Jokic there, swatting that shot away using those long arms.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, some have nicknamed center Nikola Jokic the Joker, and he does have a lighthearted approach. He said, "This is not a job. I'm enjoying the game like a game of pickup basketball in my hometown." That's the mentality. No pressure. It's just a game. He feels that staying calm helps him succeed. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. Harris drives in. And slam dunk by Harris.
Good awareness from EB there. He knows that's his job. Get the ball to the open guys as the point guard.
Pass to Marjanovic. Now here's Stoudemire. And here's Livingston. Just 4 to shoot. Marjanovic lays it up off the glass. Marjanovic has got 6.
And maybe a little disengaged in the first quarter. Ball didn't come his way. He's really provided some scoring in the second quarter of action.
Pass to Jokic. Back to Harris. From deep. It's rebounded by Leonard. Charlotte leading by 11.
And the way Kawhi Leonard has evolved his offensive game is pretty remarkable. After coming out of San Diego State, came into the league as just a defensive stopper, and now really, truly a two-way star and one of the deadliest scorers when he needs to be.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah, those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
And that is a statement. We're going to keep coming at you hard, even if we've got the lead.
With Leonard in his offense, he slowly took on more and more of the scoring load while adding skills to his game.
Yeah, he'd always been an efficient shooter from the outside. I mean, that was the big question mark coming in. But he added a lot of volume the last couple seasons and did not lose the percentages. So took on a little bit more of the playmaking role, maybe sometimes playing the point small forward. So that combined with great mid-range, this is why people talk about Kawhi Leonard being a top 10 player in the NBA. There's good reasons for it.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Shamet. Barnes grabs the miss. And it's Barnes with the ball for Charlotte. They host the 76ers after this game. They start a 3-game homestand with that game.
Well, 2 things happening there. Ed Davis has tremendous ups. And secondarily, because of those long arms, you could throw that anywhere.
Drops in the tray.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Back to Howard. Jokic with the steal. Poked loose. And the Heat call time here.
Started.
When it comes to veteran players, Brent, on a team, what characteristics make for a good leader for a bunch of young guys under him?
We talk a lot about veteran guys on teams, Kevin, and I think one of the most important aspects to think about is that those veterans have a lot more impact if they're still part of playing minutes for a coaching staff. At some point, 4 or 5 months into a season, when an older player is telling you how to do something and only get a chance to see it during practice or him pointing it out on film when you're playing, doesn't have as much of an impact.
Doesn't resonate
right.
as much.
When a guy gets 15 minutes a night and you get to see him do those things as a young player from the bench and say, wow, everything he told me on my list, he's checked all those boxes. So having a vet that plays, much more impactful.
Good point. The Hornets have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And guys, Dwight Howard, a top 20 all-timer in rebounding, an 8-time All-Star center. Greg, will he be a Hall of Famer someday, you think?
Oh, he's a lock to be a Hall of Famer when you look at those numbers. Not to mention a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, and at his peak, one of the most impactful big men we've seen in the game.
The Hornets have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. And the first one drops.
And the 13th pick in the 2010 NBA draft, Davis has already been with a number of teams in his young career.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
Yeah, even though he doesn't come up with the steal, that kind of deflection will disrupt the rhythm of this offensive possession.
Oh, and here comes Barnes all alone.
Great vision from Sean Livingston, scanning the floor and finding the man.
And there's the call on Howard. That's his first foul. And the Hornets making a change here. Pass to Jokic. Shamet hits the three-point bomb. He's got 11.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
Now Livingston. Here's Chris. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so we conclude the first half. The Hornets on top, up by 12. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. And welcome back as we continue our St. Paddy's Day broadcast. Pass to Chris. Now Marjanovic. Back to Chris. Here's Livingston. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
And this is where you have to sharpen up your passing. That's a careless turnover.
The Heat trail by 12. Down low. It's stolen by Marjanovic. And Chris throws it down.
Man, it seemed like Marquise Chris was not going to be denied, and he wasn't.
Pass to Jokic. Outside, Green. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Green's got his first 3 points of the game.
And head coach Eric Spoelstra always looking for different perspectives, looking to tweak and change certain things and constantly learning. That's a growth mindset. We hear him talk about that a lot, and it's something that he encourages not only his staff to do, but his players as well.
Chris can't hit.
But you combine his massive size and then his desire to pound the glass, it makes him a tough cover on the board.
And so Green will bring it up for Miami. 11-point game. It's off to Oklahoma City for him after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. It sets in motion a 4-game road trip for him.
Young players struggle to play defense without fouling, especially bigs, and Marquise Chris defended that one well. No whistle.
Charlotte leading by 11. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. The drive by Barnes. Marjanovic down low. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor. And Spoelstra assigns assistants to read books, attend clinics, and bring back reports. Always looking for new insights.
Yep, lots of paperwork on that Miami Heat coaching staff. They keep daily notes on everything from basketball to the big picture around the team. Stats, quotes, questions, all inspirational stuff. So anything they can draw a competitive advantage on or keep things positive, Spo's looking to do that.
On the wing, Wiggins. Pass to Marjanovic. To the inside. 6 on the shot clock. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in. Marjanovic has got 13 points.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Back to Jokic. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Pass to Winslow. Charlotte leading by 12. And here is Marjanovic. Guarded by Bledsoe. Wiggins outside. Back to Marjanovic. Here's Smith. And then Smith with the jam.
Yeah, you got to love seeing the young fella dunk that one home. Smith likes to show off that incredible vertical.
And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Here is Bledsoe. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Brett, they're always trying to make the All-Star game itself more competitive. Is that an important thing to do?
I don't think overall it's important to do it, Kevin. I mean, it is an exhibition, but I do like the attentiveness of the players over the past couple of years talking about how it is they want to approach the game. It ends up being a high-scoring affair with a lot of highlights, but overall, it's not the most important thing for the weekend.
Out to Hardaway. They get a hand on it. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic. Smith outside. Pocket 6. Lobbed up there for Howard. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And Pippen slams it in.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
And the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Hits Pippen on the wing. Pass to Jokic. Out to Harris. The 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Here's Fry. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard.
A good decision right there from Dwight. Excellent awareness on that particular play.
Pass to Jokic. Back to Bledsoe. Left side, Harris. Fires for 3. That shot, no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Smith on the wing. To the paint. Howard's shot is good. Howard's got 15.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
It's Pippen on the wing. Harris outside. On the wing, Harris. Pass to Pippen. For the 3. Harris's shot is good. He's got 11.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Yeah, no question. It looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
Outside Hardaway. And it's, yeah, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And they make sure to...
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Jokic, no good.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Lots of room. Shots good by Wilson. Wilson's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Heat. Kicks it out to Leonard. Back to Livingston. Outside Leonard. With some arc. Great D that time from Green.
And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
The Heat trail by 15. Over to the left wing. Back to Jokic. Heat moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. For 3, Harris. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Pass to Fry. High post, Howard. Now, here's Livingston. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. And the Hornets lead by 14.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Jokic inside. Out to Harris. No good from outside. Charlotte leading by 14. Oh, Leonard in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
And now it's Livingston running. He can go all the way. And the call will be against Harris. That is his first foul of the game. And so here's Charlotte. For 3, Fry. Jokic grabs the miss. Brokoff. Harris outside. Green, no luck. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Nobody near Leonard. Cans the shot from the wing.
This is where all the extra hours of practice come into play. Leonard couldn't be more in sync on that catch and shoot.
Pass to Green. The 3. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
And the D may be a little bit shaken right now. Howard is lighting them up and doing it in a variety of ways.
Now Jokic, guarded by Fry. Sinks the three-pointer.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Wiggins outside. Pass to Howard. And here's Livingston. Out left to the wing. Fires for 3. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. The Heat trail by 14. Here's Bledsoe. And Jokic wide open. He shoots from outside off the mark. Wiggins with it. Now guarded by Bledsoe. Pass to Howard. And it's slammed in by Howard.
You know, a lot of times we talk about good passing, but accurate passing is a huge quality of a good pass, and Leonard did it there.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal.
Leonard draws the double. Here's Fry, guarded by Pippen. On the wing, Wiggins. No good on the triple. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist.
Boy, this final period, they are putting up a ton of shots from deep.
Yeah, and making them. Once you get into this kind of rhythm with the three ball, it is so difficult for the defense to do anything about it.
Back to Howard. And it's Howard finishing it off.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Charlotte.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And they're going to bring this season series to an end with a very nice victory here today. These teams spent a lot of time on the floor together this year.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Dwight Howard.
They looked aggressive on the offensive end, and that compounded into lots of great opportunities that he capitalized on.
Both teams deciding to change it up. On the wing, Harris. Good ball movement here by Miami. Oh, and here comes Smith. Oh,
Yeah, look
out!
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. Bangs home the trifecta.
And finally hitting their stride. This is the run they needed earlier.
Well, easier to do once the game is on ice, as your opponent sometimes has a tendency to relax.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
Kept alive.
That's his third personal foul.
And the first one at the line is good.
He's just such a specimen out there, Dwight Howard. A physically imposing presence on both ends of the floor.
And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Heat. They trail by 14. It's rebounded by Leonard. And here's Charlotte. They led by as many as 18 points. Leonard on the wing. Stoudemire outside. Smith drives in. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a